Alright, so now that we have our site looking somewhat decent with a nav bar and our logo up in the corner, next is we're going to be wanting to do something along the lines of this. I kind of changed up the style a little bit. It's still probably not going to look, really good. Like I said, I'm not like the best when it comes to designing a website, but it'll be somewhat decent for what I need. So yeah, we're gonna need two images here. I'm gonna have a kind of like a background image of my laptop, and then just like a headshot of me to just be professional, because I want this website to be like somewhat professional looking, even though sometimes I screw around with my pre-intros. And then I want some text about like me as well as the site here. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing this. I already put those into my assets folder, so if you guys can go ahead and find out what you guys want to put into here, go right ahead. Alright, so I have this on fast forward here, but what I'm doing is I am importing the image of my laptop up into my website here, just adding an image tag. You can see, boom, there it is, but it's kind of like above everything else. So what I'm going to be doing next is trying to get it to merge down into everything. So there you go. What I had to do is I had to change the position it was in. So changing it from whatever it was to fixed, and then setting the width and the top will adjust it so that I want like the right size, and then I apply those changes in my HTML, and then so I feel like that looks pretty good. And so now here I'm just creating another container in a row, and then inside of that, that's where I'm gonna be having my headshot. I'm realizing it's not showing up, and what I had to do was I just had to change the Z index. So the HTML works on a bunch of different layers. So I changed the Z index to be something really behind for my laptop image, and then that way any image that's sitting on top of it, you'll be able to see it. Alright, so now what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to put my face in that text inside of a card on my website. So here I basically just copied everything that was on the page and then used the HTML to PUG converter to convert everything to PUG format. And then now I'm just kind of playing around with all the different properties, making sure that the image looks at a decent size, as well as making sure that I have this text like not over way out in yonder, but try to have the text so that it's right to the right of the image, and have the text be all the way to the left inside of that white box. So I was just trying to see if there was any CSS helpers, but there wasn't really. There was one that justified everything to the left, but I don't think it was working for me right here. And so I had figured that I applied the width to the image only, but I also need to do it to the container above it inside of that div. So here I'm just playing around with a few properties, changing the width up, and then I saw that I had the V-align here, so I removed the V-align, which helped out with it spanning the entire width of that particular column. And then also adding the Google font. I don't think it actually worked. I don't think it actually applied it anywhere, but I might be using it later for a better looking font. And then here I'm just playing around with the background color settings of that card. I wanted to go with kind of like a dark theme, and then with a high contrasting white text. So and then here I'm just adding more text to it, and I was looking up how I could do a multi-line plain text for like any elements. So what I went with was appending a dot after the tag name. So you can see I added a dot there, and then verifying that change worked, I just refreshed the page, and so I just kept on adding more new lines of plain text to that p tag. And I think I mentioned here that I was just gonna probably edit it more after this video, try to make it more of a high converting, click through all these different links and stuff. So here I'm just also playing around with the sizing, because that felt like the sizing was a little bit too small. So I'm looking for a CSS helper for Materialize. They don't have one, so I just went with with like 1.3 rem for the font size, and just copied that over into the style of the card content div. And then right here, I'm just adding my YouTube link for the YouTube tab, and it wasn't opening up in a new tab. If you're to click on it, so you need to add the target blank in order to do that. And then for my projects, I'm going to be creating another page. I'm not going to be doing it in part of this video, but I'm just going to be creating another page, /projects, to go to my projects page. And then here I am just adding my course link from Teachable under my courses tab. And that will be it for this video. I just wanted to finish it up, try to wrap it up. I probably could have just, merged this into my previous video, but hey, whatever, it is what it is. The next video I'm going to be Dockerizing this, and the video after that, then we'll actually be putting it up on Heroku for hosting. So, see you in those videos.